You may recognize this room. This is one of our beautiful salons, and it used to be the breakfast room when we ran our bed and breakfast business. This is going to be one of our next projects, is redecorating this room and making it ours. And I'm excited for that. You know, in the last 5 years, some of the things that we like, our taste has changed. One of the things I really am questioning about doing is changing the color in here. I've been looking at my color card, and I am quite tempted, I have to say, by, yes, another green color, but I think this beautiful olive color could look stunning in here. What do you guys think? Let me know. It's up for debate. Another thing that I've been dying to do in here is gild this mirror above the fireplace. A few years ago, you may have seen, it was our 3rd ever video on YouTube, I did gild the mirror above the fireplace in our evening salon. And it was the first time I'd ever tried gilding. I made a few mistakes, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's funny because I had all the products still left over, but I couldn't remember actually how to do it. So I went back and watched my own video and I figured out, oh yeah, that's how I did it. So it was quite helpful. First things first, I need to protect the mirror and the wall. So I've now finished taping off my mirror, and the next thing I'm going to do is paint it with this liquid rouge, which is a kind of red undercoat. And traditionally it would have been rabbit's blood, but it's not that anymore. It's some synthetic mixture, but it gives that beautiful deep red undertone. And I think that if you look at very old mirrors, antique gold mirrors, there's always some areas where the gold doesn't quite cover, and you have this red color that comes from underneath. And I think it just helps to sort of lift the gold color so it looks a little bit richer. And if you do have some areas where you miss a tiny bit, then you just have that red color underneath which comes through. So that's the next step. Just going to cover all of this in red. Needs a little bit of a mix. It's a couple of years old, so it's all kind of congealed.
We decided to light up our house. We wanted to shine like my personality, my intelligence, and my humility, of course. But in order to do this, we need to install more lights. We have some spotlights here underneath the facade, and they worked fine when we had guests, so they would find the house. But they stopped working one after the other. And I think it could also be really nice to have some lights in the garden underneath the trees, lighting up the trees, if that works. But let's start with this one. I'm going to show you what the problem is. This light is a good one. It's wet outside, but it's normal because it rains, because we're in Normandy and it rains all the time. However, this one is equally wet, but even if I clean it, you see there's moisture inside the light. So I think that's the faulty one, and that makes the electricity trip whenever I switch those lights on, because that's what the problem is. But unfortunately, there's not only one that has this symptom, there are 3 of those. This is unfortunately not super straightforward because, as you can see, they are underground, they are buried in. So I need to dig them out first. Hello Ziggy. I don't want him to see me digging because then he thinks it's good to dig and he should not dig. Yeah, I'm doing this, but it's not good. Not everything I'm doing means it's good. As a matter of fact, most things I'm doing are not so good. At least that's what my wife thinks. You can also see how we build up this driveway. There's what we call in French tout venant, hardcore, and this is the gravel, softcore. Oh, this hardcore is really hard. Okay, look at this. Okay, we have an old connector piece. Also, if I take this out, I have to replace it because I don't believe I can make this watertight anymore because, well, it obviously has failed somewhere. Goodbye. Anna's using the trailer. I don't know why, but it's fine. I totally trust her. No, she's good. She's good. She's there. She's fine. And you know, I don't like it when men make jokes about women driving. It's sexist. It's not a good thing to do. I would never do that. So before you shout, this is not waterproof. I know, but I'm going to show you how I make this perfectly waterproof. And I know what I'm doing because I did it many, many times. So I'm using these little cheating clips here. So you don't have to use screws. But let's see if there's enough space for them. It seems all right. That looks all right for me. This looks good. So I can't go any further than this today because it starts raining and it's a bit late and there's not enough light. So I will continue tomorrow. I'm gonna do that YouTube thing. Look at me. You think it's the same day, but it's actually the next day. It's a trick, it's a YouTube trick. I also changed, in the meantime, my position. What I didn't change is my outfit. For the sake of continuity, I kept my clothes on the whole night. I slept in them. And now I continue working, and you see, I'm the same person. So it's good for you, so you're not confused. And as I said yesterday, before making these watertight, I need to sort out the other two lights, prepare them, and then I apply my secret trick to make them watertight. As you can see here, it's completely wet inside, so no wonder it doesn't work. Look at this. So if you're wondering why these lights are blowing the fuse, well, this might be the reason. Not good. But now guys comes the real trick. We need to get these connectors watertight. And that's a takeaway for this week's vlog, because you know that in each vlog you learn something simply by watching me doing. A 2-component gel. You can get it online easily, just, I don't know, it's called a watertight gel. You mix it, 2 components, 1 to 1. You pour it in there and then it dries and it gets hard. And it makes it perfectly watertight, even if you dip it underwater. This particular one is called a magic gel. I don't know why, it's just because there's something soft that when you manipulate it gets hard. If that qualifies something to be magical, I have some magic on my own. So I'm gonna do 2 lines, because the problem is they dry out very quickly. So if you make too much, then you lose it. And I even provide a mixing stick. What you want to do is to keep it level. I mean, obviously it has to keep level even once it's poured, because it needs some time to dry. So same here. Again, I'm filming and well, I might look a bit not so dexterous, but that's because I only have one hand. Good, doesn't matter, it's overflowing a little bit. That's all right. One more to go. I don't have enough, but I know now that 1 line is enough for 1 connector box, so I just do 1 line, more, and second one, and number 3. So these will now dry for a couple of minutes, 10 minutes or so, it should be fine. And in the meantime, I can change all the light bulbs because most of them are broken. Why is that not coming out? Yes! Do I have enough to get this one out? I hope so. Yeah, of course. It doesn't come out like this. Now that is kind of really tight. Now the magic slime dried out nicely, which means I can put the lid back on and bury the whole thing. All I have to do now is to dig it back in. So from now on it's more of the same, so I'm not going to film it, just change the light bulbs.
The red paint has now dried, so now it's time to start putting the gold leaf onto the mirror. And I'm just going to use some of this glue and hopefully it will go on nice and easily.
Now the lights are back in the ground and I can't wait to switch them on tonight and see if they work. Of course they work, you say, because it's me who installed them, but still it's going to be nice to see the Chateau by night. Maybe some of you want to know what brand of lights I'm using, but I'm not going to tell you. And the reason is because 3 out of 9 stopped working. And I don't think that's good. So I only want to mention and promote brands that we really enjoy and like and trust. And there's one brand that some of you might have heard me talking about, the most faithful subscribers at least. And this brand is called Squarespace. It's an all-in-one platform to create an outstanding online presence, which also happens to be this week's ad. When you sign up with Squarespace, you have access to a vast amount of templates, which you then adopt to your needs and taste without any programming skills. You can integrate different modules, like for instance, client invoicing tools, so you can accept payment from clients with a single click and maintain a consistent brand presence with a professional invoice that matches your brand identity. They now include a new feature, which makes it even easier to design a fantastic looking page called Design Intelligence, to guide you towards a better design with the help of artificial intelligence paired with Squarespace's 20 years of industry design expertise. And if you're ready to launch, head over to squarespace.com/howtorenovate-a-chateau to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I have here a box of old outdoor lights, which I bought a long time ago and never installed. And now I'm going to install them. By the way, you didn't comment on my boots. You don't like them. I also have these lights, but they are not strong lights, and they come with some solar detector. So if there's no sun, they switch on for the night. I quite like them. They're small, but again, they come from the same company. Some of them broke. So again, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Just realizing I can't just place them randomly somewhere. I need to have a system, a logic to it. I had a moment of doubt, but now I came to the conclusion that it will be actually nice to have a light here and light up the tree. Okay, how should that work? Oof. That's interesting. Is that screwed in? It doesn't make any sense. It just... This doesn't come off. Come on, brute force. No. Why is that not coming off? Come on. Okay, some Italian swear words later, I managed to get it off. Let's see tonight if it works.
Yesterday I finished applying the gold leaf to the mirror, and when I'd finished that, I actually spent a bit of time applying some of this product, which is called Bitume of Judea. This is like a natural tar, and it works wonders at aging, because when I applied the gold leaf, it had this very bright gold feel, and I really wanted to make it look a little bit more aged. I almost did everything, but I had to do a couple of touch-ups. So I'm just going to show you exactly what this product does. So you might be able to see just here, I applied a little bit of extra gold leaf yesterday because there was a patch that I'd missed. So I'm going to show you. So just using this, I apply it on top. You can see here as well, there's a little bit of area which looks a little bit brighter than the rest. And it works really well on the mouldings. It looks a little bit dark when you put it on, but then you can just rub it with the clean bit of cloth to get off the excess. And it looks so much better. Now that I've finished aging the gold leaf and I'm pretty happy with how it's looking, the last step is to apply this varnish. And then I just need to let it dry and I can reveal the finished mirror. So this varnish is just going to protect the gold leaf so it doesn't get damaged.
Anna, is it finished?
It is. It's dry.
And it looks amazing.
Well, let's see, because this is the most satisfying part now.
Okay, hold on, I want to film that properly. That deserves a zoom.
It's like such a tiny little gap. Hopefully it will come off in one piece now. Okay, there's a little bit of touch up to do maybe. Looking good. Oh. Satisfying, isn't it?
Ah, so good. I think I did a better job. I'm good at that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go on then.
All right. So I have a trick. Because I'm gentle. Oh, look at this, look at this.
Ooh.
Look at this scale.
Oh.
It's important that I do that so I can say, whenever I look into this room, I know I've participated in the glory of this mirror. Oh, Anna, it looks so good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ta-da!
I'm so happy with that.
Well done.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of a new room.
Yes, I think so. It's definitely motivated me to...
Do something with this room.
Yeah, because this looks so much better already.
Yeah.
And it's taken us 5 years to gild this, and now we've got time to do it, so...
Well done. And now, I think, tonight,
yeah,
you can see what I have done today.
Yeah, I can't wait.
The lights.
Are they working now?
Are you doubting my electrical skills?
No.
Okay, then. Wait and see.